Hello and good morning from Kingsmead for this second Castle Test match between South Africa and Australia. Some wonderful action shots from the first test at the Wanderers only a few days ago. And once again, if you've only just joined us, Ricky Ponting has won the toss. That's 5 out of 5. Unbelievable, really. And he's going to bat again on a pitch which looks as if it might have something in it for the quick bowlers in the first session, at least. So a lot of expectation here. We've heard in the build-up from Poman Bangwa and Kepler Wessels, who's just joined me from that studio, that it's pretty much, well, it is. It's a crunch test match for South Africa. If they want to be #1 in the world by the end of this series, they have to win this one. They cannot go into Cape Town 1 down, because that means they can't win the series, which means that the #1 standing stays with Australia. Unchanged teams, both of them, although there were some concerns about the Australian side, especially their quick bowlers, which they showed a couple of little niggles, and a couple of new ones were flown in, which actually says in a lot of ways, Kepler, how important it was for Australia to win this test, because it gives their quick bowlers just a little bit more respite.
Certainly does. This first session of this test match, the value of the first session cannot be underestimated, because there will be something in the pitch. South Africa has to be more consistent than they were during the first test match with the ball particularly, and they have to put Australia under pressure. Australia will also know that if they negotiate the first session well, that batting will get easier as the day goes on.
I think I said win this test. I do need South Africa to win this test, but I think I meant to say win this toss, because that would have meant that the Australian quick bowlers would have had a lot of work to do in the last 2 days at the Wanderers, and then more work to do here. 83% humidity, 27 degrees. It's very muggy here down at Kingsmead. The game is about to get started, but the security men are still on the field, so we'll have to wait for them to leave as we have a look at Simon Katich. This is bizarre. He's running in to bowl the first ball. Well, yeah, dead ball. You're quite right, Billy Bowden. He's running in to bowl the first ball, and every single security guard was still 15 metres inside the boundary rope, looking out towards the crowd. So that ball will not count.
Oh, that was quite bizarre. I haven't really seen that ever, I don't think. But anyway, so the first delivery happened, but it's not a legal delivery, so we'll have to start all over again. Simon Hughes taking strike for the second time in the match.
Does that mean if he gets out now, he's got a first baller?
In the first test match, it was clearly evident that Hughes scores his runs square of the wicket on the offside predominantly. South Africa would have seen him bat in that second innings for the first time, really, so they will have a different strategy in place today. It's expected that they'll be bowling a lot straighter at off stump.
That's too close to leg stump and too full. Turned away nicely for 4. It's 5 without loss. Beautifully timed. Again, full and leg stump, but one of the harder shots to play. Beautiful shot from Hughes. And the end of the over. 14 without loss.
Lovely stroke, using all the pace of the ball. That is Katich's really strong area. Oh, and that too is fabulous. Katich gets himself into position very early, and it's all set up to play around the off stump, which he does so well. It's 31 for no wicket. Lovely off drive, not dissimilar to the one that Simon Katich just played. Well, this really is a promising start from Australia.
Full and straight. Not going to find a test player miss out too often on those. Good old half volley.
Thrashed by Hughes. He's very quick onto anything loose and anything that is wide. Really, this is a guy you got to bowl straight to, so much so that you could bowl with a short leg and a leg gully and bowl at him much more than the South Africans are doing at present. With this sort of old, if you like, conservative field of 3 slips a gully and 2 men saving 1 in the covers, it's a 6. Actually, it's a 7-2 field because there's a 3rd man down as well. You now have to cement it with convincing strokes like that. Outfield's just a little quicker than at the Wanderers as well. But a good first session here for Australia sets them up. Merely confirms what they achieved in Johannesburg.
It sets up the series as well. You know, they get 450, 500. Yeah, they've got to believe then that they can't lose the test match. South Africa playing from behind have to make all the running, and that could lead to mistakes. Poor cricket on their part. So if you walk away the draw here, at least you can't lose the series come Cape Town. This first innings is so much, plenty to play for.
Oh, look at that, Daryl. Look at that. Oh, we call him nuggety and gritty and effective, but he's got a bit of flair about him too.
I think for South Africa's sake, it's time to call for that tactic you spoke of earlier, Mark. It's got to be worth banging it in at him, getting a leg side trap in place.
And 4 more. No ball called, and this is a real problem for the South Africans. He's now got 7 fielders on the offside, and Hughes keeps finding the massive gaps on the leg side. Incredible over for Australia. 5 boundaries from it. It's 60 for no wicket. Oh no, that's where the 3rd slip was. Oh dear. Only a moment ago that de Villiers was pushed wider. A sort of floating fielder with Mackenzie going to short extra cover. I suppose you say he was in the gully, de Villiers.
Already a fair amount of cloud cover building away to the west on this sultry day in Durban. Cut away for 4. Using the pace, using the angle. There's no 3rd man. Runs aplenty coming for Australia. Through, and it'll go for 4. Once again, a boundary ball and an over, and it's a short and wide one again. And Tini gets picked off comfortably by Hughes. He goes to 48. It's 75 for none. That'll be 50 for Hughes. It was width off it. He slashed it past point. And a 2nd half century for young Philip Hughes.
It's 2 50s in consecutive innings. He started off with a duck, but in the last 2 innings has been trouble to South Africa. This one much better than the 75, and he'll look to try and convert this. He's got a good start. He's scored hundreds in Sheffield Shield cricket. He'll want to get one in a test match.
Another boundary. Not afraid to go the aerial route as well. Again, the width was offered, and Hughes flashes it away. The runs, they are flowing for Australia.
Very well played. That really is a nice late adjustment. If Hughes looked uncomfortable in Johannesburg, that may partly have been because it was a difficult pitch, particularly to make your debut on against an aggressive fast bowling attack. But here he's looked a little bit more time to play his strokes, and that is wonderfully well. Oh yeah. Talk about waiting your moment. I mean, that's quality batting from Simon Kadich. He took the punishment and he dealt his own blow. 100 up for the Australians. And then a bit of luck going the Australians' way too. It was ever thus. lovely, another back cut. He's played one off the seamer, Morkel, and another one off Harris. He really uses his hands well, this boy. It's 112 for no wicket. Morne Morkel. Too simple for Simon Katic. Really, these two left-handers have total control at present.
It's the old-fashioned leg glance. Oh, straight through second slip for 4.
Well, when it doesn't go for you, it doesn't go for you. This is what happens when the side goes at over 4 and over. The captain's got to try and pluck some holes, balance his field placing between attack and defense, and invariably Hughes goes down the ground. He looked to go aerial, not quite getting it up, but nevertheless a boundary.
Yeah, I think he intended to hit that over Graham Smith's head at mid-on. And he's ended up, I think, slightly mishitting it. Yeah, it's near the toe end of the bat. And he's got a little bit of elevation, but it would have been caught had it gone straight to Smith. As it was, it went between Harris and Smith for 4. It's a big appeal, but I think he might have got a bat on it. It was a little swinger. It was very well bowled. He hasn't got a bat on it. Leg buys. It will be worth another look. It's the end of the over, though. 132 without loss. See if we can pick up anything from here. Well, he's got a big edge on it. If he hadn't got an edge on it, it looked like it was quite straight. So I'm a bit confused. Maybe he did get a nick on it. But having given runs, they're saying, well, clearly he didn't hit it, and we think it's hitting the wicket. But there, he's just slapped it down onto his pad. He's got to change the decision he's given, which was he's changing it. Batsman's getting a little worried that he's going to get given out. Beautiful shot. Drilled through extra cover for 4, and I quite agree with you. It's roles that you're given when you play, and this isn't Dale Stein's role. Dale Stein's role is to run in, bowl quick, bowl bouncers, get it up there, Yorkers, try and get people out in different ways, maybe have a leg gully and one back on the fence for the hook shot.
In the air, safely away for 4. Quite happy to hit over the inner ring. Probably not as convincing as he wanted, but he won't mind. He cleared the man at short mid-wicket and was wide of mid-on. Up comes the 150 and the partnership as well. And Hughes into the 90s. Up in the air, over the top, all the way. Yes, it has. A bold blow in the 90s takes him to within 1 of the century mark.
He's scoring at a cracking rate, a strike rate of 75 in a test match. 75 per 100 balls, tremendous stuff. One away from what would be a maiden 100 in test match cricket. Smith will make some changes. Mid-wicket's going to come up and look to save a single. So the areas for Hughes are either to go over the top again or to work the ball to square leg, or just behind point on the offside.
Here's Harris to Hughes, 99. Goes in the air, it's going out the ground. What a way! What a way to get to your first test 100. Philip Hughes in just his second test, having got a duck on debut. Look at the reaction from Ricky Ponting. His elation is visible for all to see. And warm applause, not only from the Australian dressing room, but from all in at Kingsmead. It has been a super knock. Oh, what a stroke. There's not too much of a gap between short cover and extra cover. It has whistled past both. Katic, another boundary.
And no ball has been timed better than that all day. Maybe Hughes' second six just now. Certainly the prettiest stroke played by Katic today.
Whipped away through mid-wicket for 4. Confidence oozing from every pore. Oh, what a stroke. More width. And thrashed through the covers for 4. Timing, placement, it was all there.
And more evidence here of a pitch that batsmen are going to love.
He's gone. There we go. Mackenzie took a blinding Joe Bird, and finally the first wicket falls.
He's played well, Phil Hughes, but it's a good wicket. This, it's short, it's wide, it's an area he likes. Goes for the cut, can't control it, too high for him. And Neil Mackenzie in gully dives to his left. And he pulls it off. What an innings, though. 2 innings in a row, he's contributed. 75 at the Wanderers. He's got 115 here. 184 for 1.
Captain of Australia, and what a big play he is. Come the big occasion, he seldom does not deliver. All those stats speak of what a great play he has been.
Who's going quite nicely himself. What a super shot that is. All the way to the boundary for 4.
South Africa still persisting with this around the wicket attack to Katic. Do you get the idea that he loves it? He loves this angle into him, particularly on this line. Brings the drive into play for him.
That is a super shot. He struck that really well. A good stride out and off the middle of the bat for 4.
Beautifully hit. Just a couple of steps and crisply dispatched over the infield.
We saw Hughes play that shot as well in his innings, so Simon Katic does the same. Ball's coming into the left-hander, so he's hitting with the spin, using his feet beautifully. 1 bounce 4, so the timing over mid-on was superb.
Oh, pulled away. Hardly short. He missed his length by a fraction. And Katic just slapped it through square leg for 4.
That's a terrific shot. Simon Katic was in position very quickly. The delivery wasn't that short. It was beautifully played.
This he might not clear mid off. This he might not. He hasn't. 2 very uncharacteristic shots from Ricky Ponting. As he hit that one up in the air, if he hadn't, I was about to say, what an extraordinary stroke from him at that stage of his innings.
Well, there's just 10 minutes to go before the tea break. He got away with the first one. It's almost as if he said to himself, well, I didn't hit the first one well, but this one I'm going to put away properly. The result was almost the same. Mackenzie went a bit deeper. He made ground, and good ground, kept his eye on the ball, and the Australian captain has gone for 9, 208 for 2.
Oh, more catch cries. It's gone through second slip for 4.
Well, Robin, I have to say, I find this quite incredible, really. You've got a very strange field placing here. It's the second one that's gone through the second slip position. Now, not only do we have 1 short cover, we have 2, and no second slip.
Here's Morkel. Runs down the leg side. And Tini cuts off the boundary.
looked like it was just off the thigh pad, but he's given runs.
Lovely stroke for 4. There's no one behind square to the offside, so just easing it in the gap, and it's a big gap too when there's any width provided. Boundary to Hussey. That's too easy. As we said a moment ago, with this field placement, anything with a bit of width can just be placed. You don't even have to hit it hard to beat a field. Just has to be placed and it'll run for 4.
Again, it's these 2 extra covers. I really feel that for Katic now, is rocking along. He's got 96. There should be a third man.
Got it. Just a little jab from Simon Katic takes him to 100. The arms are raised. It's a mental effort as much as anything else.
Played very well, Simon Katic. Had a bit of luck today. He was dropped on 55, and there was a convincing appeal for caught behind, turned down. But in between all that, he played really well. Led from the front, exactly the sort of innings that Australia needed.
That one is out. Nice sharp catch. Dale Steyn well deserves it. Really come in with a bit of purpose, as if he just had enough of all the nonsense. Simon Katic has to go now. They've been on the brink a few times with his wicket, the South Africans. 108 for Simon Katic. Drinks, I think, may be coming onto the field of play. It's 259 for 3.
Oh, it's off the edge again, but this time it's gone along the ground. It's gone for 4. Hussey onto 18. To 3. Oh, make that 4. Make that 4. Harris has turned one past the bat and it's crashed into the stumps. Michael Clarke gone.
Couple more wickets and it could very well end up being South Africa's day. Late in the afternoon here, the doors opened and 1 or 2 more wickets have fallen. How good a delivery was this from Harris? Wide of the crease, straightens, trapped on the crease, playing down the wrong line. The end of Michael Clarke. He goes for 3. Australia now 266 for 4.
Marcus North walks to the wicket. Centurion on debut. That's a nice shot. Got right to the pitch of it. And he just about hit it through Silly Point.
Well, that's a boundary, so that's a handy one for Hussey. In the pre-lunch session, the Australian run rate was well above 4. They maintained a rate of around 4 to the over between lunch and tea, but since then it's dropped to 3.6. But this boundary will help Hussey's cause as well. No third man.
And that one is hit, and that's beautifully placed. Just a little squeeze as he came down on the ball with perfect timing.
Oh, thick edge down to third man for 4.
And for that reason, because he hasn't been confident outside off stump, Hussey. We've seen in this series already and down in Australia that line on and about off stump, bringing him forward, it tends to nick off there.
Oh, that's a good stroke. That really is a good straight punch down the ground for 4. That's beautifully played and easily played, but too full and wide, and to a batsman of Hussey's class, that's easily dispatched. Brings up the 300. It's the end of Harris's work for the day. It's 303 for 4.
That'll be the end of the day. Bad light has been called.
an over short of a full day. But Mike Hussey has shown a lot of guts today. Marcus North, fresh from his century at Wanderers on debut, he played solidly enough. And the two of them have added 37 after Australia lost quick wickets to go from 184 for none to 266 for 4. South Africa fought back. But the fact that these two have got through to close means that without a doubt now it is Australia's day. 303 for 4 at the end of the day. It is a good pitch. Australia won the toss for the 5th time in a row in the summer, and they've made full use of good batting conditions.
Here we are at Kingsmead. Play has been rescheduled to begin at 10:30. The second day's play in the second Castle Test between South Africa and Australia, a match being dominated by the Australians at present. This morning is particularly important to the South Africans. They have to strike. There's the Australian card. A partnership of 184 for the first wicket was of the highest class. Phil Hughes was a star being born. He played every stroke in the book. He's got quick hands, quick feet, and even though he plays from unorthodox positions, he does it extremely well. Simon Kadich is like a limpet at the crease, made 108, and between them they've put together this outstanding position for Australia overnight as we start the second day's play. Michael Hussey's unbeaten with 37. Part of that innings were quite tortured. He found himself unable to time the ball in his most efficient way, and he got some support there from Marcus North. In fact, when Marcus North played a few strokes, so Hussey seemed to find playing a few strokes a little easier too. Anyway, alongside me is Kepler Wessels. Morning, Kepler.
Good morning, Mark. Certainly better conditions for bowling than yesterday. Dale Steyn towards the end of the day got a lot of movement with the older ball. He'll be hoping to do exactly the same with the new ball. So conditions have changed a lot. The northeast wind is blowing, so that's better for bowling from a swinging point of view.
Oh, that won't please anybody. That bounced twice before it got to Mark Boucher. Admittedly, it was a loosener, but it was still bowled at 135. There are guys around the world who'd be pleased to reach 135. And no carry at all.
Graham Smith was disappointed with the bowling performance in the first session yesterday, and rightly so. First session was so important, but from South Africa's point of view, they just didn't get it right.
That's where Marcus North loves them.
Too short and wide. Excellent stroke. The square cut. Most left-handers enjoy playing the shot. Marcus North played it perfectly. Got right on top of the bounce. And his timing was very good. Rolled the wrists on impact.
That's Michael Hussey at his best. Smoothly into position, gets the timing right. Stroke of the day thus far. Wouldn't believe it, would you? You just wouldn't believe it. Got a feel for Morne Morkel, who's come out almost with a vengeance after his ordinary performance yesterday.
50 partnership up between these two. It was a good delivery. It bounced and it went across the left-hander. It went straight through where a third slip would have been. Third slip would have had to move to his left. But a wicket-taking delivery.
Got him! He's bowled him! Superb delivery! Superb delivery! He was roughed up in the last over by Dale Steyn, and Morne Morkel has been right on the money to follow up on the work done by Steyn. South Africa have a breakthrough in the morning. 5 down.
Full and straight. Hussey plays all around that. Credit to Dale Steyn. He unsettled Michael Hussey. Hussey's paid the price. A fighting innings, a valuable one. Finally, South Africa get the breakthrough. 329 for 5.
329 for 5, Australia. Michael Hussey just departed, and in walks Brad Haddin, Australia's wicket-keeper batsman, an average of just below 40. And you'd say he's found his feet, really. It's just in the latter part of his time in this side that he's shown glimpses. Let's a look at the dismissal. Shot That is a super shot. He's waiting for the short one, Marcus North. And he was on to that one.
Head height through the mid-wicket area. That mid-on's got to get squarer. He's not going to drive you in a hurry through mid-on. There we go.
Prior to batting. Good shot, 4 runs.
Very good stroke. Marcus North at his best. Delivery was full, so North pounced on it. I think it can, Robin. I think we've seen a pattern with him lately that he's been playing well, but he's been getting regularly to 20, 30, 40 and 50 and then getting out. And we've been wondering what the problem is, because normally his concentration has been one of the strong features of his game. So it could well be fatigue as he's getting older. He's bowling overs that he might battle to sustain the concentration, but he gets a breakthrough, as he so often does. It looked like a change of pace. It's a bit of a leg stump half volley, so Marcus North will be disappointed. He fell over to the offside, didn't get it in the middle, and a very easy catch to Dale Steyn. So North is gone for 38.
Just clipped it off his toes. Look at extraordinary wrist movements that North has played there. Rather than maybe keeping the top hand high and hitting it fraction straighter, he's like almost said, I need to get this behind square, and that's where the fielder was. Steyn took the catch. He's out for 38, 348 for 6. Well, Andrew McDonald comes to the crease without a lot of form behind him. I just wonder whether Graham Smith might just turn straight to Dale Steyn and say, look, can you do 2 more for me? As they roughed him up in Sydney, South Africa knocked his helmet off. Very nearly went on to stumps. Pulled away, he's got the extra wicket. Another soft dismissal, it has to be said. But Amla takes the catch.
Not a great delivery, but they all count. A wry smile on Kayantini's face. That was almost halfway down the wicket. Brad Haddin hasn't been there long, so he's not used to the pace or the bounce in this pitch. He couldn't get over that one and hit it straight to Hashim Amla. He dropped one earlier yesterday, but not this time. It's an easy catch. He makes no mistake. 348 for 7.
Oh, that might be out. He's left it alone. It is. It was very, very full. He's just going to ask now. Let's not celebrate too soon. He's having a word with his mate. Did it pitch outside? There's every chance it might have done, being Ntini bowls wide of the crease. But no, he's off and running. He's not asking. What a sensational morning this has been for South Africa. And Ntini now on a hat-trick.
Let's have a look where this pitches. Kayantini wide of the crease. Looked pretty good to me. Would have hit the stumps. The only question was, where did it pitch? Mitchell Johnson seems happy. No referral asked for. So he's gone first ball, 348 for 8.
Whoa, that's seriously quick and seriously out. Suddenly Dale Steyn looks the world-class bowler that he is.
How good a delivery is that? Second ball after lunch, but I think he's going to refer. He's not convinced he's gloved it. I don't know how many referrals Australia have left, Mark, but it's going to be a valuable one if it goes their way, yeah, just to keep a partnership going, to allow Australia to keep this advantage going. No problem with the no ball, well behind the line.
They've got both their referrals left, Polly.
Okay.
So they're fine. They're on the right side of it. It's South Africa that haven't got any left for this innings.
What's your gut feel here, Mark? Let's have a look at hotspot. Oh, it looks like his hotspot's his neck. Oh no, the top of the glove maybe.
I'm certain that Steve Buckner will run with this decision. I think that it's one of those where it might well have hit the wrist as well as clipping the glove on the way through, but I think it'd be very difficult for the third umpire to insist this is overruled.
No, you can definitely see the thumb moves back there. I'm surprised Siddle's referred it. I mean, surely he would have felt that hit his finger. I mean, it's got to be a pacey 140-odd delivery. It's gone past the bat. Definitely looks like it's clipped the thumb. And I think he's on his way.
Well, those replays are useful, but Hotspot was perfect. Hotspot showed the heat. This little white spot here on the glove there you got it. I don't have a telestrator to, you can just see on the gloves there's a little white mark, and there is nothing conclusive that says he isn't out, and therefore the umpire's decision in the middle will surely stand. He won't be swayed by anything Steve Buckner brings him.
Indeed, that last replay definitely shows his thumb gets pushed back. I was just surprised he didn't feel it. I mean, if he's going to refer it, he's got to think he's got half a chance of not being given out, but there's no doubt for me that this will be given.
Peter Siddle waits, hard in mouth. A nod from Asad Rauf. Now then, yes! South Africa have their man. This will bring a few more people into the ground as news drifts around the Durban area. Siddle has to go. He faced just 4 balls. It's 3:52 for 9. Suddenly 9 are down. 3:52 on the board for the Australians. But after an opening of partnership of 184, one can clearly see why the South Africans suddenly feel very good about themselves. A short leg, a leg gully, a mid-wicket to go with 2 slips and a gully. A very aggressive field set by Graham Smith. It's like we were watching a completely different cricket match from yesterday.
Yeah, the tails are definitely up. There's no doubt about that. But I think the advantage too, and Australia will have this advantage of having seen what the wicket's done, having seen how it's played. I think South Africa would have rocked up here yesterday. Kingsmead well known for bounce and pace, and they would have thought, well, we've lost the toss, but there's going to be plenty there for us. And they came out and there wasn't much in the wicket. They maybe tried a little bit hard, went at 6 or 7 and over, but they've worked things out. They obviously had a chat this morning, and they're right on the money in this morning session.
That should be the end of the innings. A lovely catch by Graham Smith. And it's a super performance by South Africa, led by Dale Steyn. Such a key figure in the side, backed up by a more aggressive, more purposeful and more accurate Morne Morkel. So the bowlers rush from the field. Absolutely fabulous cricket. Perfect delivery from Steyn, committing Hilfenhaus to play. It moved enough. Graham Smith has got safe hands, and all of a sudden Australia are bowled out for 352. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. Even Graham Smith was his extraordinary record out of the middle, averaging more than 50 in Test match cricket, 6,340 runs, 1800s there, and 25 50s to go with it. Came back from hand and elbow injuries to play very nicely in the second innings at the Wanderers, having got a good ball from Mitchell Johnson in the first. And there's been a talk about Neil Mackenzie's position in the side. He hasn't looked the substantial player against the Australians, either in Australia or here, that he has in the last year and a half of his career. He played particularly well in England, who'd forget his 100 at Lords. Mitchell Johnson from the Umgeni end of the ground and begins with a lovely length and just a hint of movement there, drawing Neil Mackenzie forward. Oh yes, what a start for Mitchell Johnson, and what a start for Australia. Again, dramatic bounce, undoing Neil Mackenzie.
It's raining wickets at Kingsmead here, Mark. We've had 6 Australian wickets, and now Australia got off to the perfect start. Third delivery of the innings, a bit more bounce, taking the engine, a good take there by Haddon. It's never easy. He's probably still been trying to judge where he should or shouldn't stand, so he'll be pretty excited about taking that.
It was excited, and it was a good take. You're right. Excellent catch. Nothing for Mackenzie, none for one the score. Hashim Amla makes his way to the middle, and it's taken him a moment or two as well. Clearly still getting his gear on, and quite shaken by the fact that Mackenzie is already back in the hutch. Oh, what about it? What about it? LBW! Up goes the dreaded finger. Phenomenal fast bowling from Mitchell Johnson. Now, will Amla want this referred?
He's called for it. That's the advantage of batting up the order. You've still got the referrals to use.
And it was quick. I mean, it's almost hit him before he's moved a muscle. Perfect fast in swing. Out, LBW, had to be. It's the right decision. It's an awfully long time getting there, but it is the right decision, and high-class fast bowling has won the day.
Definitely, advantage Australia. Good in-swinging delivery. Great length first up, the first few deliveries. Hashim Amla, not a guy who gets a huge stride in at the best of times. And if you can get that ball to swing back at him, it's an opportunity. What an over. It's a bit of a wow over. There it stands, 0-0 wow.
Mitchell Johnson is bowling it from the Umgeni end of the ground, and he is causing chaos in the South African ranks. None for two. Jacques Kallis has taken guard. 3 slips, still that backward short leg. A gully, a cover, a mid-off, and mid-on.
And the pace is the undoing of the South African captain. It's self-preservation there rather than anything else. Punches it off the glove. South Africa get their second run, but Tom, this has been a dramatic day.
Never mind the day. Some fabulous bowling we're witnessing here. We saw some brilliant stuff from Dale Steyn when he worked over Michael Hussey. This, it's tough to deal with. You ask Graeme Smith afterwards and he'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's taken a while, but Graeme Smith's called for help from the dressing room. Taken a blow on the hand. Of course, Johnson broke the left hand in Sydney, and now he's taken another one.
There you go. News is Skipper Smith is off. He's injured again. This time the right hand. He's got to retire hurt.
3 for 2, effectively 3 with the departure through injury of their captain, their talismanic captain, Graeme Smith. AB de Villiers, 100 not out in the first innings.
That's going to be very close. That's going to be very close. In fact, the finger's gone up. It's gone up. He's not going to refer it either. He's going to walk off AB de Villiers. So South Africa have lost their 3rd wicket. It's not going well at all for South Africa. A look at the delivery again. It pitches on about off. It jags and is defeated by the movement.
He hasn't got far forward. He's caught on the crease. There is a bit of movement. He's looked pleadingly at his partner. Help me with a referral here, but there wasn't going to be one. Let's have a look. And there it is, hitting leg stump, showing that it wouldn't have benefited him at any rate. So de Villiers goes 6 for 3, and Smith retired hurt. South Africa are deep in the mire. Sweetly driven for 4. That's a confidence booster for Duminy.
Oh, volley, very good stroke by JP Duminy.
He will, however, play strokes like that if given the chance, because he is a beautiful timer of a cricket ball. That's a lovely stroke. Really stood up tall. If ever there was a time for Jacques Kallis to confirm his world-class quality, it's right now.
Jacques Kallis played that shot very late. So you need to look to fight fire with fire.
Which Duminy has managed to do with one hand. No, you just said that he needed an attacking option off the back foot. If he hasn't got the room to play the cut, it may be worth him risking the pull.
There's no fielder back there, so big open spaces.
Great stroke, onto it so quickly. That's the brilliance in the man.
That's the way to go. Excellent hook shot by JP Duminy. He's not going to be intimidated. Picked the right ball to hook as well. This one didn't bounce quite as steeply. Evasive action there by short leg.
suddenly runs are flowing. Boundary down to third man.
A bit of fortune here for Jacques Kallis. I don't think he's hit this where he wanted it to. I think he wanted it hit square on the offside. Took a little bit of pace off it, maybe, McDonald. It's flown fine of gully.
Chopped away, a little bit of width for the first time from McDonald, and chopped down to third man for 4 to bring up the 50.
Good shot by JP Duminy. He moves to 23. He's hit 5 boundaries. So he's trying his level best to counter-attack. It's a good late cut.
Oh, he strays onto the pads, and that's what Kallis has been waiting for. That is a beautifully authoritative stroke. It's 56 for 3. Oh, that's a beauty from Johnson, and it's lifted. Now, where's that struck Kallis? Oh, he's down. He's having a very tough time of it, Kallis. Oh, dear, and short leg is signalling to the dressing room. Is it another South African that's going to have to leave because of a wound? Oh, there's blood. Oh, dear, and lots of it.
This is nasty. Mitchell Johnson has been very aggressive today. That's a cut to the chin, so...
Jacques Kallis leaving the field. Another South African batsman retiring hurt at the hands of some fiery bowling from Mitchell Johnson.
Kallis coming off as well. Mitchell Johnson is really getting stuck into the South African top order.
Nicely driven for 4. Tossed it up to North, and Duminy elegantly accepts the invitation. Oh, beautifully bowled. The in-swinging Yorker. Boucher has his off-stump knocked out. And how sweet will tea taste for the Australians?
Well, that's awesome bowling right on the tea break. He pushed Mark Boucher back. Boucher was looking for the short one. He got the perfect Yorker in, so that would have been too good for a lot of players on the world stage. That was superbly bowled, Mitchell Johnson, and Australia have had a magnificent session.
So Boucher fails again. He's gone for 1.
Super stuff. JP Duminy. He plays these sorts of shots, and it was in Australia. He played many of them. It's a lovely drive for 4, that. Shot. He was onto that in a hurry. It was short. There was a man back, but he's hit it in front of square. And it's gone all the way to the boundary.
JP Duminy has 4 down to third man. We truly can say that it's all happening at Kingsmead. It's a 50 to be proud of. It's a 50 he'll remember. It's a 50 that deserves the salute it's getting. Because this has been a day that a man's courage and class has been confirmed.
So well played, nicely behind the ball.
Yeah! Bowled him. He's got one straight. He bowled a few outside the off stump and then went right on towards the stumps, and he's hit the middle stump.
Makes a breakthrough again. Valuable wicket for Australia and Ricky Ponting. Paul Harris has hung around a long time with JP Duminy. It's a good delivery to the tail ender. So Harris has gone for 4. South Africa 104 for 5.
Yeah! Oh, he's gone. Jacques Kallis has chipped one in the air and has been caught at mid-wicket. So his stay at the crease after the injury is the short one. McDonald with 2 in and over.
That adds insult to injury. Jacques Kallis wouldn't have wanted to get out in this fashion. McDonald, a non-threatening bowler. Kallis played a fraction early. Maybe his concentration was affected by the injury. So Ricky Ponting makes no mistake. Big breakthrough for Australia now. South Africa in a desperate state. 104 for 6.
Bowl him. McDonald's got 3.
What a turn up for the books. McDonald doing the damage. They didn't need the short ball after all. All they needed to do was pitch it up and bowl it straight at the stumps. Morne Morkel goes for the big booming drive.
Just straightens off the deck. Morne Morkel thinks that he can drive it. He doesn't make any contact at all. He's gone for 2.
Oh, that's neatly played. Lovely touch. A welcome boundary. It's 129 for 7. Well played, JP Duminy. It's been a very resolute innings.
Extraordinary afternoon. Mackenzie and Amler out in the same over, the opening over of the innings. Smith then smashed on the hand by the same bowler. Mitchell Johnson sent him to hospital and out of the series. Kallis hit in the chin by Mitchell Johnson, off to hospital, came back, got out without scoring any more runs. Maybe de Villiers, LBW, Hilfenhaus missed a straight one. Duminy not out, 73. Boucher out for 1. Brilliant bowling again from Johnson. Short, short, short. Then the Yorker. Harris showed some resistance for 46 deliveries for his 4, but eventually succumbed to the bowling of McDonald, who bowled straight and with accuracy for his 3 for 25. Johnson 3 for 37, pick of the bowlers. Everybody, however, played their part. Australia so much in the driving seat at the end of the second day of this test match. It's quite scary. Welcome everybody, wherever you are in the world, for this, the third day of the second Castle Test match between hosts South Africa and the visitors Australia. We've had 2 amazing days of Test cricket here at the Sahara Stadium, Kingsmead in Durban, in terms of how topsy-turvy it's been. On day 1, the pitch seemed benign as only 4 wickets fell, and Australia played particularly well. Day 2, 13 wickets fell for 180 runs roughly, including the last 6 of the Australians for just 40 odd, and South Africa reduced to 138 for 7. And also Graham Smith taking no further part in this match, possibly the series, so the equivalent of 8 down. Mitchell Johnson, the chief destroyer, with great support from Andrew McDonald, who bowls an economical speed and an economical length and line. He bowls dead straight, and he's managed to knock the dollies over 3 times. So good support there from Peter Siddle as well. 352 Australia set, with the openers scoring the majority of those runs with a century apiece. In South Africa, only JP Duminy has stood firm. 73 not out of 138 for 7. He's caught behind. Oh, that isn't the start that South Africa wanted. Wide half volley, well, maybe not quite a half volley. Outside edge. Haddon does the business easily.
Things go from bad to worse here for South Africa. He was very disciplined yesterday, Dale Steyn. On this occasion, though, the outside edge is found in the easiest of catches to Haddon. So Australia strike early, and with only Mackay and Tini to come, South Africa in dire straits. He's gone for 8, 138 for 8.
Oh, that's quite straight. That is really quite straight. It's straight enough, and it sticks Peter Siddle on a hat-trick and leaves JP Duminy stranded without facing a ball on the 3rd day. So Australia have done everything right at the beginning of this day. The chat in the middle would have been, in the rooms before they went out there, would have been, come on, let's wrap this up as quick as possible, give ourselves all the options that we want. And they've done exactly that, all within the first over. Only 3 deliveries.
This looked pretty good, straight in front. The only issue here would have been would it have been missing leg stump? But Hawkeye confirms not. Now I see Australia, the opening batsmen are rushing off the field, so that suggests that they will bat. And Ponting will not enforce the follow-on.
If ever a team wanted to wrap a team up quickly in terms of knocking over the last couple of players, then Australia have just done that to South Africa. Took 3 balls this morning from Peter Siddle. Firstly, Dale Steyn was out off the second ball of the day and followed